I just asked Raj on surveillance camera inside Stop and Shop. I said, because she said that she's from India. So I said, do you know the history? She says, yes. And I said, can I ask? I said, how do you know the history of like how the naming ceremony of how it was named? And she says, well, in my language, she says it's Indi Has. She had a mask over her mouth, but it sounded like Ini Has. And I'm like, Has, as in like Du Has? And she's like, and I said, well, no, because in German, it's Du Hast. But that, right, again, that's more, and so I said, that's interesting. It's more like you have to, because Daya, and then it's like Daya is the defense of the indigenous area. When we come, we normally are not very demanding, but when we are, there's with good reason, because there's other things in the wind that carry and are usually, I didn't think they were this hard to take care of, but clearly the structure has broken more. I know one of the holy books is claiming some kind of holy rhetoric war. Here's the thing. Not Spanish. This is not Spanish. This is not Spaniard. This is a ancient sacred. It's a sacred and an ancient spracha for one purpose. It is the screeching of the macaw. It's in Tigo. Now that what somebody once mistranslated, it is not a derogatory. It is a calling of it's they're here. The die in Tigo are here. The men, I have not, well, no, actually, I see their women a lot. They are not indigenous to this specific hemisphere. They are a write-off that someone is invoking to bring them back to fight on other behalf, but are writing over complete sections of the population with the Tigo, which is really scary. I can see them in my new, not new area, but since when I arrived, and now that's what wrote over the gentleman Tom, the white guy that lives next to Judy. It's the Diane Tigo, who come and they know things because they brought them back from a time when they knew more, the last time the world broke, and they stay quiet and they break things more and more and more and more because they seem to know how to upset the natural balance in just the wrong way for the indigenous. The pretender is the ahead program. Usually when you have strategic advantage, you want to keep the headline. What happens with Diane Tigo is as we go forward, you already have the tigress information, and you purposely split everybody and give them the wrong information, which is dangerous. And meanwhile, I don't know if I'm being thrown or I'm being taken. It's both is what it feels like. Because before there was tender, so before somebody benefited in some way, whether it be the metal, the drugs, the whatever it is that you all wanted, bullets. I mean, one of you wants hydrogen and canisters to blow shit up because you're bored with someone else's land masses, and you're like, oh, that looks like fun. I mean, it is like all area hollow. And then there's the, so you've got intend, which is intender, which are we talking the tender, like flesh of the human? Or are we talking like some kind of compensation? Because then they use the word commission, right? But that's like communication mission, or, right? You see how these words, that's why I say I can't dress you up in my words, but I do need to ask questions when you find things extraordinarily different. And then there's the intend, tender, right? And then it's, all right, so then you paid somebody to do something if you intended it to turn out some way. But if it turned out some way and it broke apart further the subject and the object of one affection and affinity, that's dangerous. Why would you purposely do that? Right. See, these are the things, because we were all getting along at one point. I don't know why I keep getting pulled through and then left all by myself, and they're giving a word concubine with two Jason and Anthony I did not want, and when I belong to a cucumber. If we're going Sundeck, SUNDECK, I belong cucumber. CUCUMBER. Done. That's my chastity belt and a chassis frame of like one set stability unit.